Hi! So, let me turn that down a little bit. Okay. So, I don't do videos. And I just took a shower, so just excuse this. But, yeah, this is gonna be really awkward when I'm trying to do it. Basically, I just want to start off saying I really enjoyed this class. Every story we've read, I've really gotten into and thought about, and it's made me just really think more about what I'm reading and, looking at it at different angles. Like, I used to read it and I just, look at it from my background and my perspective, and I'm like, oh, it obviously means this. But with all the discussion boards and stuff like that, it really makes me think of it all in different ways, which is really rad. I'm all about that. The story that I want to talk about is A Good Man is Hard to Find. That's the story that made me think the most. Besides Hills Like White Elephants. I think those stories were the ones that the theme and the thing that the reader was supposed to get out of it were a lot less implied than the other stories. There were the other ones, there were gothic elements, and it was, the moral was there, and it was, just kind of set out in front of you. But I really thought during A Good Man is Hard to Find and Hills Like Wild Elephants. But the difference between the two stories and why I want to talk about A Good Man is Hard to Find is once I looked up Hills Like White Elephants, it was obvious there was no really debate about. I mean, it could be something else, but it's all, I can't think of anything else it would be, honestly. And it's a good story. I really enjoyed it too, but there was just something else about A Good Man is Hard to Find that it was just, you had to really think, and I don't know. But, and just, disclaimer, all that I'm about to say, I'm going to say it like it's fact, but like every criticism, it's all my opinion. And the writer might have a totally different idea than what I'm saying, but this is just my opinion based on my background and how it affected me. What I got from A Good Man is Hard to Find is that in the beginning, the author kind of sets up that this very set, I talk with my hands, it's a very divided good and evil. There's a obvious line drawn in the sand that the grandmother, to me, represents good old values, and then the misfit is supposed to be this kind of new evil that, I mean, it's an obvious antagonist and protagonist. I mean, it is to me. And excuse me, I've been sick. So you see this, and it's all throughout the story. It's the grandmother, she's good. A lot of people I really liked her because I'm one of those people, I'm a very leaning on optimistic 90% of the time. And so, I like her. I like how she's just like, what's up? Let's bring some, and I like old stuff too. So I was just like, yeah, I'm all about this lady. And, so I just liked her. I don't see how she could get on some, I mean, I could see how she was kind of written to be like very, you either like her or you don't. And so I liked her. I've lost my train of thought. But she's just this very stereotypical good. And so you see her, and then you get the misfit, who is a serial killer, murderer, bad, in the Most Wanted. So then when you get to the point where they meet face to face, this is where it gets interesting for me, you get this side from both of them that it's like, it gives you, I had like a split second of sympathy for the misfit whenever the grandmother's like, oh, aren't you one of my sons? And the fact that he shot her, you know, it's awful, but it was so raw that he got so much emotion from her saying that you know, he was forced to shoot her by his train of thought. And so it's just, I don't know, it was just crazy, and they kind of switch roles. Because if you assume that the grandmother's sitting there pleading with him based on selfish reasons, that's more of the antagonist idea. And then, you know, the emotion that he feels whenever, you know, she's saying that he's her son, it makes him almost, you know, you sympathize for him, which is the whole point of having a protagonist. And it just, I don't know, that's what I got from it. Maybe I'm just reading too much into it. I've been known to do that. But that's what I got from it, and that's what I was looking at. The whole theme was that, you know, there's a lot more to people than just good and just evil, and I feel like it's really aggrandized. Maybe I'm using that word right. You know, they're like, oh, you know, you can't find a good man these days, and old values are best, so obviously da 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 da. But, you know, you can't just look at it like that. You can't just always assume that new values are bad and that old values are good. Take, for example, the fact that women have only had voting rights for a very short amount of years compared to how long, you know, we humans have been voting. So obviously old values are not always good, and new values aren't always bad. I mean, due to the fact that we have, you know, all these moral debates coming up, and I'm getting off topic. And I've been talking for 7 minutes. So I'm gonna wrap this up. Basically, that was just my analyzation of the theme and what the author is trying to get. I love the writing style. I love the grandma. Love the little kids. And I also, the whole thing with the 5 or 6 graves, I did a little more research in how that was like. There were 5 people with the 6 cats, and they ended up dying. I was like, that's crazy. I love this lady. It's awesome. It's awesome. I love it. I really enjoyed this half of the semester. It was great. I love this class. I love the stories. I hope we do more stuff like this. I'm out because I'm tired and sick, and I hope you have a good spring break. I'm out.